What is up, guys? Dashing here, and we are live for Octane number 139. Still in the fallout of Ascendance 13. Last night's Shockwave, to take a phrase from Tops Newsome, from top to bottom, was an amazing show. Maybe, honestly, the best episode of Shockwave so far, in my humble opinion. Some real humdingers, barn burners, and we're looking to follow up here on Octane, kicking things off in a big way with a rite of passage championship match. Max Cutter, fresh off of, like I said, in Ascendance 13, look, I gotta admit, kicked my ass in Detroit, did Max Cutter in that Anarchy Rules match. I'd like to think I gave him a run for his money, that I went down swinging, but the tougher SOB in the end stood tall. And now I just hope that, maybe, just maybe, Cutter has a little bit of respect for me, and we can move on. I'm more than happy to give him this opportunity. He deserves it. Question is, can he make the most of it? As he indeed challenges big Damian Joyce of Pure Excellence for the Rite of Passage Championship. Our first of two championship bouts this evening. A little bit later on, the Intercontinental Championship on the line, as Fidel de la Rosa will defend against Lorenzo Alexander. And of course, our big main event, I just brought up his name a moment ago, Tops Newsome, making his first appearance on weekly CMV programming for the first time in 6 years, as he returned at Ascendance 13, winning the men's gauntlet eliminator, and now has a future global championship opportunity. But he's going to go one-on-one with Chris Diamond in our main event. That's sure to be an amazing matchup. But Big Damo looking to make sure that Pure Excellence can at least retain one of their titles. Because, of course, at Ascendance 13, Tiger Brown and Kendrick Russell losing the unified World Tag Team titles in that fatal four-way Tornado Tag Team ladder match. Cutter's got his work cut out for him here, though. It's going to be a real size difference between these two. That's a tenacious Cutter, who we know is willing to take it as far as he has to. Proven that plenty of times before throughout his CMV career. A violent one. The former Anarchy champion. But remember, when it comes to that Rite of Passage Championship, the holder can cash in for a World Championship opportunity. But the longer that they wait, the more they must defend it. Damian Joyce has already defended it successfully once against Bloody Justice a couple of weeks ago. The violent one, Max Cutter. The big ticket of Pure Excellence, Damian Joyce, right here to kick off Octane. Rite of Passage Championship up for grabs. And of course, our new global champion, Kai Victory. He's certainly learning real fast that when you're the big dog, when you're the face that runs the place, you got a lot of challengers coming your way. He's already got Tops Newsome, the number one contender, and whoever holds that Rite of Passage Championship can surprise him whenever they want. Challenging for the global championship. We're going to kick off here. A cheap shot from Max Cutter. Like I said, he's a man who will do whatever he has to cross the line if it means he's victorious. But Damian Joyce, clearly much bigger. The side headlock cinched in, goes behind though. I think it's got to be considered maybe the greatest rebound in the history of CMV. We're talking over 10 years of history. And I'm talking about Kai Victory at Ascendance 13, who day one lost his company to Chloe Marks, Victory Inc., now Marks Inc., but day two cashed in that Climb to Fame contract to become the new global champion. And Victory even said, to hell with my company, you can keep it, Chloe. I got this global championship, and that's what really matters. And not to mention, he's got big business watching his back now. Who's going to really want to mess with Kai Victory when you got that 7-foot-tall beast watching his back? Joy's going to try to end this early maybe, but a kick out by the challenger. We had new champions crowned just last night on Shockwave, the Undisputed Elite. Congratulations again to them. The new Trios champions, Damo, up on the top. Gonna take, oh man, but that backfired just about as horribly as it possibly could have. What a catch by Cutter. But the champion's advantage in effect. Max Cutter got to pin or submit Joyce in the ring to win the championship. Cannot do it by a countout or disqualification. And we had a lot of new blood and old blood at Ascendance 13 and last night on Shockwave. Oh, now Cutter, they're going to take a real nasty splash on the outside. Rough landing that was. As I was saying, though, had some debuts, some returns. Going to continue here tonight. Looking forward to Gus Novell making his CMV debut. He'll be taking on the now former Anarchy champion, AK Bunny. We need a big clothesline there. And a springboard leg drop to follow up. Well, guys, there's no rest for the wicked here in CMV. We're post-Ascendance 13, but we keep on trucking because just a couple of weeks away, Dark Carnival returns for the first time in a couple of years or so. And we're going to celebrate the spooky, scary season, but Battle Scars 11 on the horizon. And we'll see the return of the Magnificent 8 ladder match. 8 women competing for that contract that they can cash in for a Women's World Championship opportunity anytime, anywhere. And well, that contract has been cursed over the last 2 years, but maybe, just maybe, that curse will be lifted and qualifying matchups for that Magnificent 8 ladder match. They begin next week on Shockwave and Octane. We also know that we'll see a rematch between Xander Slate and Aaron Stone, confirmed after their confrontation last night on Shockwave. Big shots by both men here, knocking each other loopy. Cutter able to escape, reverse DDT to the big man. And a big jumping Cutter from that man, Max Cutter. And we very nearly had a new champion crown. And Damian Joyce hits hard. You can tell that just by looking at Max Cutter's face right now. Pile driver, and I felt that at Ascendance 13. I can tell you, it does not tickle, but a kick out. The big ticket able to hang in there just barely, but Max Cutter's not a man that quits easily. Ooh. Damn, you're taking Joyce's head off. I'm going to go for another pin. A cheeky, dirty pin. Is Cutter going to steal it? He really almost did. That was a clutch kick out by Damian Joyce. Ref didn't see it. And a back elbow. Attempted, but Damian Joyce obviously did his homework. He's seen it coming. Ooh. Took a fall there, but he's able to get back up relatively quickly. He knows he's got to turn things around, and like right now, there's Max Cutter spinning him around. A stiff European uppercut to the back of the head, guys. Did that knock Joyce out? It may have. Once again, 2.999. Max Cutter getting progressively more frustrated here. What are you gonna do now? Out on the apron, Cutter seems to be stalking Joyce. Ringboard DDT from the man who has ended careers, the certified killer. Cutter with a forearm. The back of that attempted though Joyce. On the skin of his teeth, able to avoid that as he now throws Cutter into the corner. Hang on. Joyce thought maybe he would be looking to set up for that muscle buster. The 300-pounder just trying to squash Max Cutter here. Literally in the corner like a bug under your boot. Wasteland and a senton. Damian Joyce really uses his weight expertly in that ring into the pin to retain. But a kick out. Cutter's the one hurting now, but he's fast. Oh, and there's the back elbow. But Max Cutter gonna make damn sure the job is done. Another pile driver. And the violent one. No, what? That man, D-Joy's got to have a neck made of titanium. You saw the look on Max Cutter's face, one of shock, most certainly. He's going to throw Joyce right back into the ring, though. Max Cutter again knows he has to pin or submit Joyce in the ring. Double boot stop to the big old belly of the big ticket. So it's somehow still standing and still fighting. Cutter just bit his damn nose. Trying to bite it off. And now what out of the corner? That forearm, but again. Damian Joyce, man, must have eyes in the back of his head. Oh no, this is not where you want to be, Cutter. Set up perfectly for that muscle buster. To retain isn't enough. 1, 2. What a way to kick off Octane number 139. Damian Joyce going to try to perhaps beat Max Cutter at his own game. That Dragon Sleeper Cutter is known to utilize. To escape though. Oh, now gouging the eye. A very lenient ref here. First he tried to bite Damian's nose off, then just gouged his eye. Massive moonsault into the pin. Got a kick out at 1. Max Cutter gonna look Damian Joyce right in the eyes. Headbutt to the back of Cutter's head. And a massive swinging side slam. Just about put Cutter through the canvas, but Joyce gonna put the cherry on top with that Samoan pile driver. And no! Unbelievable. Max Cutter. Oh! The Dragon Sleeper! Dragon Sleeper! Joyce is caught! Damian Joyce is caught! Oh, but he does not tap. Cutter right to the top rope, though, after releasing the hold. The Violent One, DDT! From the top! Exclamation point! And new Rite of Passage champion. Hell of a way to kick things off this evening. A barn burner, as Observer Brett, I'm sure, would call it. And we've now got a new Rite of Passage champion, which is bad news if your name is Kai Victory. That's just about the last man you want having a championship opportunity, a shot at your championship, whatever he wants. Props to Damian Joyce. He did not go down easy. That's for damn sure. Cutter had to get creative in the end. Hope we get a replay of that DDT. I tell you what, that thing was disgusting. Max Cutter earns the rite of passage. You better get out of there, ref. If I were Kai Victor, I'd be quaking in my loafers right about now. And coming up next, my friends, we got ourselves some tag team action. Still got another championship on the line a little bit later on. That's the Intercontinental Championship up for grabs. Fidel de la Rosa defends against Lorenzo Alexander. But up next, the Media Outcasts. Rebecca Starr, S.J. Ray, looking to keep the momentum on the up and up for themselves. Heading into Ascendance 13, these two racking up the dubs. Not just in tag team action, singles action as well. And they both had very good performances at the show of shows. Rebecca Starr in the Slick B Memorial Battle Royal and S.J. Ray in the Women's Gauntlet Eliminator. But as it is post-Ascendance 13, guys, like I said earlier, we've got debuts, we've got returns, and coming up next, the Media Outcasts going to be welcoming a new team to this women's division of ours. It was only a matter of time, given how amazing this women's division is. The Jovian Twins arrive here in CMV. Callie there on the left with the red hair. Juno on the right, the purple hair. The Twins finally here. And looking to immediately make an impact in this women's division of ours. Of course, we just crowned new women's tag team champions at Ascendance 13, the Uncut Gems, dethroning the Mighty Bees after their historic run with the gold. We'll see them kick off their reign a little bit later on. Alexia Diamond one-on-one with Celestia, but the Jovian Twins looking to waste no time at all here in CMV. Making that impact, taking on the Media Outcasts, who I think have got to be considered right now the current number one contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championship, because they defeated the Uncut Gems a couple of weeks ago. Not when they were champions, but still. We're going to see S.J. Ray get things started with Callie. We're immediately going to mount S.J. delivering some open palm strikes with Ray, doing a very good job protecting herself. Sent into the corner. The last thing the Media Outcasts want to do is waste all of this momentum they've been able, like I said, to garner over this last month. Great teamwork straight out the gate, though, by the Twins. As now Juno going to send S.J. Ray right back into the corner. And you know me, I love A team that works so well together. Rocket launcher getting to work. Now from the corner, Callie with a knee to the face, trying to shatter SJ Ray's nose. And another tag. This is my cup of tea right here. I love it. The Jovian twins, as the old saying goes, like a well-oiled machine here. And SJ Ray, knowing that she's in trouble already, gonna make a smart tag to Rebecca Starr, see if she does any better here. Oh, gonna go right for the pin. That would be a disappointing debut for the twins, but luckily Judo kicks out at 1. Rebecca Starr trying to be a little bit cheeky. Pulled to her feet, Starr, I believe lasted longest in that Slick B Memorial Battle Royal, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, a very impressive run for both of the media outcasts at Ascendance 13. Irish whip into the corner. If I were the Uncut Gems, I would definitely be watching this matchup very closely. As again, Alexia Diamond gets ready later on tonight to meet Celestia. 1-on-1, but when it seemed like the Jovian twins arrive on the scene, you got to take notice. You'd be a fool not to. Champions just about everywhere they've been. Rebecca Starr. Looking that tag to SJ Ray, but it's shut down by Callie. He'll duck that head kick. Not that one, though. Starr just handed him out like candy at a Halloween. Now from Brett's rope, Starr. Take that risk, Meteora. And again goes for an early pin. Like Rebecca Starr is keen on ending this one as fast as she possibly can. Which I can't say that I blame her. Nice catch there. Once again thrown into the corner. Not going for the tag this time, though. Gonna put Callie in a tree of woe instead. Just hanging there. What the hell is Starr doing? Double boot stop. Just drilling Callie. Oh, right through the mat. Well, Starr has definitely managed to turn things around. Poison Rana. The opening minutes of this matchup entirely dominated by the twins. Look at Starr from the top. Shooting star press for the win. Oh, even Judo, you can see there, got a little bit worried. 2.5 though. Callie able to kick out. Starr gonna send her into the corner. Make that. Oh, cheap shot by SJ Ray. Starr, tell everybody to quiet down now. Media outcasts. They're the ones looking at that shot at the Women's Tag Team Championship. As I mentioned before, they got to be considered #1 contenders right now, but if the twins can win here, that'll shake up the division entirely. Depending on what happens later on tonight as well between Alexia Diamond and Celestia. Meteora, though, Callie needs a tag like a fish needs water right now. Gonna roll to the outside, which is a good move. Tag made to SJ Ray. Ray gonna try to go after Judo. Knocked down to the outside. Oh. Callie not gonna be able to make a tag now. Tag to Starr. What a contribution by SJ Ray there. And there's Callie a little bit hesitant to get back into the ring so quickly. Playing games with Rebecca Starr. I love it. No rush, has to the count of 20 to get back into the ring, so why hurry about it? Recovering a little bit, much as she can. Now dragged in the corner, Juno back up onto the apron. Irish whip. Starr is on her shit right now. I'm talking about just Rebecca Starr, by the way. Last episode of Octane, she defeated Kai Victory, who's now the global champion. I mean, Starr as a solo act has got a lot. Oh, look at these elbows. The back of the head. What the hell? Starr with a poison Rana from the top. Oh, that took a lot out of herself as well, though. And that gets her. This is awesome, Chad. A well-deserved one, I would say. Rebecca Starr don't give a goddamn who the hell you are. Unpretty her. Callie in a lot of trouble, but a kick out. Barely, though. 2.999. I'm going to go back to the top. Oh, what a splash by Rebecca. Thanks for coming, Twins. No. And Rebecca Starr cannot believe it. Neither can I, for that matter. What a kick out by Callie. But she still needs to make that tag. Well, the tag made to SJ Ray. Media Outcast, they got caught early on, but they have managed to adapt. And they are now dominating the Twins here. Callie out of nowhere! What a punch! Starr, though, the thorn in her side, breaks it up. Irish whip into the corner, make that tag as you know. This one's not over yet. SJ Ray gonna do her best to stop that from happening. Callie's worn down. They gotta continue to isolate her. As again, a very smart move on the part of Callie to roll out of the ring to avoid potentially getting pinned. Look, Rebecca Starr's not looking to give her any time to rest, though. Stand on top of Callie here like a peanut butter on jelly. Monkey flip on the floor, misses that stop, though. Callie gets caught. DDT at ringside, and things have got to change, man. And I'm talking right now, Juno trying to run some sort of interference, distract Rebecca Starr as best she can. Starr now on the apron. What a drop kick. I don't know if I've ever seen a drop kick like that. Gonna go for the pin. Will this be enough? 1, 2. No, Callie continues. Refusing to go down. This is textbook, my friends, by the Media Outcasts. They have isolated Callie. They're wearing her down. I mean, pure dissection. Look at Rebecca Starr, man. Callie, please respond. Getting trounced here. That life from Callie. Needs to make that tag. Can she do it? Yes, the tag. And what is this? A splash neckbreaker combo. I think I can safely say I've never seen that before. Callie takes care of SJ Ray, but Starr is able to kick out. Uh-oh, chaos ensuing here now. Juno gonna have to put the team on her back. Big shooting star press. Gonna show Starr how it's done, I guess. To the corner. Callie continuing to keep SJ Ray busy at ringside. Pin attempt here by Juno. 1, 2. But a kick out by Starr. What a match. And Starr, where the hell have Callie and SJ Ray gone? I can't even see them at this point. They're like entirely vanished. Oh, there they are. Uh-oh, Juno getting distracted by Ray. And this is giving Starr a chance to try and shake it off. Juno to the outside. Oh, such a forceful landing there. It actually knocked Starr off her feet. Rebecca Starr not looking to let this slip away from Media Outcasts. Here you have that count. It's only at 3 right now, but these referees here in CMV, man, that can start counting real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As we've seen before. And Rebecca Starr trying to mock the Twins now. Juno with a gorgeous head scissors. Again, right into the pin. 1, 2, kick out. Juno going to very slowly bring Star to her feet. Irish whip into the corner. Not where Rebecca wants to be here. A splash. Kick to the head. Rebecca Star is still standing. Not for long, though. Juno's got her caught with a knee bar. Rebecca Star going to tap. Will Star tap? No. Juno releases the hold. Tag to Callie, but a tag also made to SJ Ray. And they're just going to yell at each other. Tribal screams. SJ Ray, though, able to connect first. And now look at this. Crossface. Crossface locked in. But Juno makes the save. And make Ray pay for that, but SJ springboard splash into the pin. 1, 2, 3, and the Media Outcasts are victorious. What a match. Stiff competition for the Jovian twins here in their CMV debut. Man, those opening couple of minutes with Callie and Juno just tagging in. I loved what I saw from the twins here. But the Media Outcasts, they've been like a runaway train over this past month, man. Doesn't look like they can be stopped. And I gotta say, if they're not next in line for a crack at those titles, I don't know who the hell is. This was beautiful. Hangman's neckbreaker, big splash combination. I like Callie just yeeting SJ Ray there as well. But in the end, SJ Ray able to eke it out for the Media Outcasts, putting the Uncut Gems on notice. Well, the Jovian twins certainly do not disappoint in their debut. Looking forward to see what they get done in this division after that performance. Well, up next, my friends, we've got ourselves some more tag team action. This time, though, the fellas going to get down to business. The Vice City Saints going to be taking on the reformed X-Gen. I'd say quite a monumental opportunity for these two. Luis Archer and Declan Vice to take on one of the greatest tag teams. I mean, let's not even beat around the bush. Got to be the greatest tag team in CMV history. Of course, X-Gen has had Plenty of members, many different iterations over the 10 plus years of CMV. This one consisting of Hall of Famer, the Asian sensation Paul Devine, and his son, Jace Devine, who of course we were introduced to at Ascendance 13, debuted in the Slick B Memorial Battle Royal. Paul Devine himself returned the very next day in the men's gauntlet eliminator match. And it's really getting to that point here in CMV that we're getting second generation CMV superstars. I love it. And I cannot wait to see what Jace Devine might accomplish here in CMV, following in the footsteps of his dad, of his uncle, of his aunt. The Vice City Saints, so they got a plan of their own, looking to put the kibosh on this X-Gen reunion here tonight. The Asian sensation, the man that puts the rising and rising sun, Japan's biggest export, six-time CMV World Champion, Paul Devine, and his son Jason, it looks like, they're going to be accompanied to the ring by the Bloody Brit, Chris Andrews, here for this matchup. Well, I don't think Chris Andrews was ever officially considered an X-Gen member, but well, him and Devine are former tag team champions with one another, have fought one another over the many years, perhaps more than any other two competitors have fought each other. And we saw Chris Andrews and Paul Devine actually kick things off against each other in that men's gauntlet eliminator. The Bloody Brit interested to see, perhaps, if Paul Devine, and even more importantly his son, can hack it as the bell rings, and we'll see Declan Weiss and Jace Devine get things started. Still to come this evening. Well, Jace's going to try to end this match within seconds off that modified Michinoku driver. No such luck, though, unfortunately. But as I was saying, still to come, Intercontinental Championship guys on the line a little bit later on. Lorenzo Alexander challenging Fidel de la Rosa, as well as that big-time main event. Tops Newsome returns. First time in 6 years to CMV Weekly programming to take on the British baller Chris Diamond. Look at Jace. Shades of Papa with the 24th punch. Back in the jaw of Declan Weiss, who's going to get the hell out of there as quickly as he can. Jace, though, cutting him off. Expertly done. Second generation Divine. I talked about it a bit at Ascendance 13, but imagine the weight on this young man's shoulders, though. Not only is your father Paul Devine, but your uncle is Quantum. Your aunt is Jade Devine. Both also Hall of Famers. Multi-time world champions here in CMV. Elbows to the side of the head by old man Devine. Yanking at that arm. Luis Archer trying to do what he can to help out his boy here, but no luck as Paul Devine with an Irish whip to send Declan into the corner. Chris Andrews watching from ringside. Nice teamwork here by the father-son duo. You know, for CMV being over 10 years old, have we ever had a father-son tag team? I'm actually trying to think right now. I mean, obviously we had, you know, Pat LaFave and Tim LaFave, but they were always at odds. I don't know if they ever teamed up. This might be a first in CMV history, and a big first. Look at Paul. A little bit cheeky here. Sending Luis Archer into the corner. Ooh, and a punch to the back of the head by Jace. Chris Andrews definitely seems like he's out here in support of the Divines. Now, where is the Bloody Brit son? That's the question. We got to get this. Oh, Declan Weiss distracting Paul Divine. Doesn't matter, their tag still made to Jace. Double back body drop again. The kick to the chest, to the back. Jace with a beaut. Oh, comes up just a touch short there. Tag made to Declan Weiss due to the miscalculation. Declan will try to go for the pin. Daddy in to break up the pin. Daddy Divine. I think just about the last thing the Vice City Saints give a shit about is X-Chen and the history that surrounds them. And certainly the second generation Divine here in Jace. They're not impressed. They better be, though. Jace Divine. Popping up big deck. Nishunoku driver into the pin, middle of the ring. But a kick out by Vice. They grab him by the back of the head. Elbows, elbows, elbows to the midsection. Vice gets himself an opening. Can he make the most of it? Up on the shoulders, a Death Valley driver. And the tag is made to Luis Archer. The Saints here starting to turn things around. Jace, though, trained by the absolute best of the best of the best of the best. This is his second match. You can see the ring awareness he already possesses. How about this teamwork done by the Saints? Jace again, though. Well done to roll out of the ring, but look at this. Chris Andrews distracting Declan Weiss. Luis Archer going to throw Jace back into the ring as Weiss still arguing with the Bloody Brit. Now going to go up to the second rope, shows off the 18-inch Python's brother before taking that down. Where's he going? I don't know how that connected, but I digress. Close 2 count. Jay's going to try to make that tag to Paul, but Declan going to cut him off. Forearm to the back of the head. And the tag made to Archer brings him back in. Jay's moving a lot slower now. He used to make that tag like yesterday to Papa Divine. Not looking like that's going to happen, though. Snake eyes to Jace. And Luis now Irish whip. They're keeping him in that corner. The Vice City Saints doing a superb job. Now once ain't enough. Again. With that rolling fireman's carry. Senton double boot stomp combo. Declan going to try to get in the face of Paul Divine. He pays for it. Chris Andrews again. With the distraction. Declan Weiss saying that beer is for old haggard men. Definitely strikes me as a wine cooler guy. Bloody Brit scoffing at the idea. Into the pit of a big splash. Kick out by Jace. Getting more and more frustrated here. Maybe a little bit of an overreaction on the part of Declan Weiss here. Irish whip into the corner. And the complexion of this match is pretty much entirely changed. The Divines were firmly in control early on, but now the Saints having their way. What a drop kick. Say we will, but look at Paul. That might have meant the end of this match, but Paul Divine with that guillotine has given his son a chance now. Declan still gets back to his feet first, though he's still going to try for the pin. Knows it's too late at this point, though. Tag to Luis Archer. Jace has got to make a tag. Oh, I thought he was going for a pile driver for a second there. Not that that was necessarily very much better. Slammed down hard. This is not where Jace wants to be. Got to get himself out of there. Got to get to Daddy Divine. Oh, but he gets caught. And a TKO from Luis Archer into the pin. 1, 2, but a kick out. The Vice City Saints learning real fast. The genes of the Divine family, man. Resiliency, heart and soul. It's in their blood. More great teamwork, though. Big boot into a sidewalk slam. Where the hell's Declan Vice going? I mean, he's had enough of the bloody Brit shouting from ringside. Big upslow to the Vice City Saints. For being able to turn things around quite so drastically, man. And now Jason, a bad part of town. He's outnumbered here. Surrounded by the Saints. Daddy Divine a long ways away. Declan going to the corner. Divine struck down again. With that forearm right to the back of the head. Tag to Archer. Oh! Tag, yes! Here comes Daddy Divine! Immediately. Eats a knee to the face, gets right back up. Vintage Paul Divine. Tag to Declan Vice. The Saints again. With some incredible teamwork. Oh, I was hoping things would maybe get a little bit better here for X-Gem when Paul got tagged in, but Vice City Saints might just be on their shit here tonight, brother. Gonna throw. Try to throw the Hall of Famer back into the ring. Uh-oh. Luis Archer slammed. Face first off that ring apron, but look at Declan Vice. Beating up Jace here. Paul Divine's not going to have any of that. Coming to the rescue of his baby boy. Time stamp. Declan Vice knew it was coming, though. And a Tanahashi clothesline. So a modified catchphrase. Trapped in the corner now. Tag to Luis Archer. Jace is down. And the Vice City Saints looking to take it home. Into the pin, the biggest win. Undoubtedly for the Saints, this would be. But the Asian sensation kicking out. Much to the chagrin of Luis Archer here. Jace back up. Daddy's got to make that tag. Jace is still in bad shape, though. Trying to keep himself amped up. Good reversal by Jace here. Avoiding that powerbomb. The catchphrase! Shout out Hayden Kitely. One, but a 1 count. All he's going to get. Jace, though, non-stopping. Beautiful swanton bomb off the top rope. Declan Vice now getting a little bit worried. Comes in to break up that pin. Baby Jace, though. Irish whipper to the corner. Tag to Daddy Divine. X-Gen. Look at this, an assisted time stamp. Into the pin. Uno, dos, tres. What a kick out by Luis Archer. Divine, the fact that he can still move like that at his age is nothing short of unreal. He must have. Bro said, hold my beer, brother. You ain't seen nothing yet. Getting a little bit antsy. Archer throwing hard into the steel barricade. Declan Vice is down. Paul Divine gonna send Luis Archer back into the ring. Archer might not know what's coming. Divine gonna take him for a ride. sit-out facebuster. Paul going to the corner, makes the tag to Jace. Archer, I have no idea where he is right about now. Oh, but firing back hard with that knee to the face. And yeah, that busted Jace open too. Just chucking Jace all over the place. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Tag to Declan. Gonna go to the corner. Paul can't do anything right in front of the referee. At risk getting disqualified. Shotgun blast, but he is going to come in and manage to break up that pin. Things going from bad to worse though here for Jace Devine as the Vice City Saints start to once again take control. Tag made to Archer. Big punch to the gut. Oh, but look at this! Jace Devine gonna try to steal it like a thief in the night. And he almost does. Wait a minute. Archer! Oh. He's still my beating heart. That was too close. Jace Devine, last call. Make that tag to Paul. In comes the Hall of Famer, the 6-time CMV World Champion. Right back into the corner. Tag made to the Sun. They're going to change positions this time. Time stamp again. Into the pin. But Declan Vice not even giving it a 1 count. Jace, though. Archer, they're right back into the corner again. Big clothesline into the forearm smash, bouncing them back and forth like a game of Pong here. Knee to the side of the head. They're still not done. Reverse STO into the pin. Good night. 1, 2, 3. X-Gen. Pick up the win. Awesome matchup here, and even with the loss, very much impressed with the Vice City Saints. Able to hang with who many would consider the greatest of all time here in CMV, and his son. So many close calls in this matchup, so many moments I thought the Vice City Saints had it won. The father and the son, X-Gen back in CMV with an incredible win here tonight. They really just, pardon my French, beat the goddamn hell out of that man, Luis Archer there. The last like 30 seconds, my man got the shit kicked out of him. And you love to see it. Well, up next, my friends, we got ourselves yet another debut on our hands. Already tonight, we saw the Jovian twins earlier. Did take that L, courtesy of the Media Outcasts, but hell of a tag team bout that was. Up next is Gus Novell. Picked him up while we were in Detroit for Ascendance 13. A Detroit native who's looking to bring his particular brand of justice to CMV. Maybe jury, judge, and executioner. This is a bad man right here. And he's going to waste no time, I'm sure, letting everybody know it, but he's hoping to be his first victim up for judgment tonight is the former Anarchy champion, A.K. Bunny. Big test for Gus here. A.K. Bunny, of course, at Ascendance 13, losing the Anarchy Championship to Ahmed. Great matchup between those two. Gus Novell looking to make the bad times continue for A.K. Bunny. No bouncing back if he has his way. Bunny had a hell of a run with that Anarchy Championship. No shame in losing it to Ahmed at the show of shows. He gave it his all. The Egyptian dominator, just the better man on that night. But I think the future only gets brighter for A.K. Bunny. The last thing he needs to do right now, after losing the Anarchy Championship, is wind up playing the role of stepping stone for Gus Novell. So here we go, Big Gus in his CMV debut taking on A.K. Bunny. Still to come tonight, Intercontinental Championship up for grabs as Lorenzo Alexander challenges Fidel de la Rosa. Got a hot start to this one. Neither of these guys wasted any time getting into it. Golly. As well as our big old main event, Tops Newsome, Chris Diamond. One-on-one. Gus Novell got a side headlock cinched in right here. And we saw last night on Shockwave a far from warm welcome for the newcomers, courtesy of Crimson, who attacked both Diamante and Mike Magnum Maxwell after their great matchup against each other. Gus Novell hoping for maybe a better outcome here. A.K. Bunny's now got the side headlock. Bunny using the top heavy because this man is so fast, because this man, A.K. Bunny, is so unbelievably agile. I feel like a lot of people might sleep on his other attributes. This man can hang in just about every way. Throwing hands, real wrestling, as you just saw there a moment ago. Moonsault into the pin. That's going to be a kick out. Gus not looking to be so embarrassed. In his CMV debut, he's in the corner though, gets that knee up, well done. He's going to take a bite. Munch on the nose of Bunny there. A mouthful, but jockey for control again. Gus now with the waist lock. A.K. Bunny can't seem to get out of it. Transitions to a takedown. Gus Novell, look at the way he wrenches on the neck. Always staying busy. AK Buddy trying to do anything he can, but Gus, at this point, having his way with the former Anarchy champion. Dropping an elbow. Who the hell? Oh, wait a minute! Gus, don't turn around! What the hell is Hunter Quinn doing? Psycho Driver! Hunter Quinn! And AK Buddy's gonna try to take it. 1, 2. Novell able to kick out. But at a big disadvantage. Stunner from Buddy off the Psycho Driller. But still Novell able to kick out. But he is in a bad, bad way thanks to the Psycho Killer. One cannot blame, at least I don't blame AK Buddy for looking to take advantage. Gus gonna get caught. Moonalock cinched in. Far from the ropes, but AK Buddy didn't really have it. You can see there from that angle, he didn't necessarily have it properly applied. He's gonna let it go now. These newcomers can't catch a goddamn break. First we had Crimson taking out Diamante and Mike Maxwell last night on Shockwave, and now Hunter Quinn taking a piece out of Gus Novell here. AK Buddy gonna throw him right back into the ring. Goes off the ropes for big senton. Man, and Novell was rocking with it too. He was in control. But thanks to Hunter Quinn, AK Buddy tries for a moonsault. Gus maybe ain't entirely out of this one yet. Able to keep his head above the water. But it's desperation time and he knows it. AK Buddy gonna catch him. Oh, right on his neck. Disgusting landing off that Tiger suplex. I'm gonna target that neck now. Is the fastest man alive. He goes out onto the apron. He's won matches with this before. That slingshot senton, he pinned Bob Luger with it. He's not finished with Gus here though. Way up top again. AK Buddy gonna fly. Arm drag puts down the newcomer. And this has just been one-sided. Gus with some momentary signs of life, but nothing significant. And now, Moonalock this time more properly applied. And Gus Novell gonna tap. He did not tap. AK Buddy released the hold again. Gonna make sure. No! Should have tried to take the win when you could, buddy. Gus Novell gets out of the way of that. Looked like it was going to be an imploding 450 attempt. I see Novell going up to the top. Stalking AK Buddy from the high-risk district. Oh, man! Going old school Schmitty style. And Big Gus. He even tried to use some leverage there. I mean, I can't fault Gus. Trying to do what he can to get this dub after what's transpired in this match so far. But even with that dirty pin, AK Buddy's still able to kick out and right back in the driver's seat. Snap that man's neck. Kick to the back. Nothing technically impressive about that. Just kicking your opponent as hard as you possibly can while they're down. Sweep of the leg though by Gus. Props to this man for trying to do what he can to stop from slipping into the deep end. Even after that attack by Hunter Quinn, still giving AK money. AK money? AK Bunny, I was going to say, a run for his money. Moonsault connects this time. Oh, you can tell that might have cracked a rib. Back to the top. That imploding Phoenix Splash this time finds the target. And Gus Novell gonna take the L in his CMV debut. Gus Novell, guys, before Hunter Quinn interfered, he was, as you can see right here, he was in control, having his way with AK Bunny. But after that Psycho Drilla, it was pretty much a one-sided affair. Gus tried many times to make a comeback, repeatedly shut down. He did hit that big old school Schmitty from the top right here. This was his really last-ditch effort. Even with the dirty pin, though, was not enough to keep AK Bunny down, and Bunny really trying to crack them ribs. Moonsault followed up with this imploding Phoenix Splash. Yeah, Gus gonna be lucky to walk out of here without a couple of broken ribs after that. And it's becoming clear that the CMV roster, at least a good portion of it, are not happy with these newcomers arriving here post Ascendance 13. And they're making it well known. First Crimson, now Hunter Quinn. AK Bunny just took advantage. And again, you can't fault them for that. But anybody else who's soon to debut, they better have eyes in the back of their head. We still got big action to come here tonight on Octane number 139, my friends. The fallout from Ascendance 13, including the debut of Nomi, that Intercontinental Championship match, and our main event. Tops Newsome, Chris Diamond, that's all still to come up next. Get a good look at our new Women's Tag Team Champions, Alexia Diamond, Ruby Rattel, at Ascendance 13, dethroning the Mighty Bees in that hard-hitting Falls Count Anywhere match, bringing an end to that really amazing run that Brina Story and B. Barrett were on. And it just proves that this new attitude of the Uncut Gems, ever since they returned, paid off, and big time at the Show of Shows. Once again, the women's tag team champions, and Alexia Diamond hoping to kick off their reign with a W here tonight, going one-on-one with Celestia. As I talked about earlier, there's a lot of stiff competition in this women's tag team division of ours. We just saw earlier the Media Outcasts pick up another win against the debuting Jovian twins. And now Celestia, who of course accompanied by Ellie Quinn, maybe looking to get their names thrown in the hat when it comes to who potentially is up next for a shot at the Women's Tag Team Championship. Ellie Quinn, obviously fresh off of that barbaric, unsanctioned match, day 3 of Ascendance 13, with a very emotional win over Kiko Kishimoto. A rare happy ending, as I said at the time, here in CMV. It's quite a thing to see. And I'm sure Quinn is still heavily feeling the effects of that match. Luckily, she's not the one in action here. Celestia is. Alexia Diamond, Celestia one-on-one. There's a lot of history between the Uncut Gems and Ellie Quinn. Their relationship, though, souring quite a bit at the end of last season. And now with this new attitude from the Uncut Gems, I think it's safe to say we're not going to see a group hug at the end of this matchup here. Leslie getting caught. Nice takedown, though, by the Moonchild, who had a pretty good run in the Women's Gauntlet Eliminator at Ascendance 13. Obviously coming off that win against Stevie Gabriel as well last episode of Octane. Caught right now with this head scissors. Look at the way Alexia Diamond trying to choke Celestia out right here. Put her to sleep. Look at the chop, too. There's that extra little bit of salt in the wound. Neck breaker. Into the pin. This one might be done and dusted nice and early. No luck for Alexia Diamond, though. Looking at a springboard leg drop. Missed it, though. Celestia able to get to their feet. Irish whip off the ropes. Drop down. Leapfrog. And a big old kick. And have Alexia Diamond retreating very early on in this matchup. And what's Ruby Rattel up to her over there? I believe just removed that top turnbuckle cover. Trying to potentially give Alexia Diamond a means to inflict big time damage on Celestia in this match. Celestia busy stomping on the hand of Diamond right now. Calls her a loser. Classic Celestia. Oh, referee has discovered that exposed turnbuckle. Going to fix it before anybody has a chance to potentially utilize it. Celestia's got Alexia Diamond backed into the corner here. Snapmare off the ropes goes the former Women's World Champion for a quite nasty penalty kick across the chest of Diamond. Now against the ropes, elbow though. Everything worked out just about as perfectly as it could have for Celestia. Post Ascendance 13, obviously their girlfriend, Ellie Quinn, winning that unsanctioned matchup, but then when the dust settled, Kiko Kishimoto offering what I felt was a genuine, a heartfelt apology. So not only did Celestia get to keep their best friend, but also the love of their life. Win, win, win all around. It only get even better for the Moonchild if they're victorious here. A big boot to the side of their head into the pin. Diamond going to try to end it right there, but a kick out. Not even a one. 0.999. I'm going to trap Celestia between her legs. Making sure they get a good look at the camera. Uh-oh. You're not going to find safe haven out there, Celestia. Oh, no, but Ruby Rattel accidentally messing up Alexi Diamond's attempted Cam Harris special there, throwing Celestia back into the ring. Not too nasty of a landing, but Celestia with a power bomb. Stacked up for the pin. One. That's all Celestia is going to get here. Diamond to the outside, momentary. Back into the ring, gets caught by Celestia. Diamond countering out of that butterfly attempt. How about this though, Celestia? Small package to reverse. Counters it though into one of her own, this Diamond. And a kick out. Both of them just trying to throw something at each other. Kick to the gut. And now an Irish whip. Tucks down. Oh! They both had the same idea there. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Ruby Rattel and Ellie Quinn now. We got a match going on here. It's not a tag team match. Oh, and Ruby Rattel has been ejected by the ref. But she's not alone. Ellie Quinn too. Ellie Quinn also being sent to the back by our referee before they could potentially start having a match of their own. Oh, but Celestia takes advantage of the mayhem. Big boot. Alexia Diamond able to narrowly get her shoulder up. Celestia, though, not trying to give her any sort of chance to mount the comeback, caught in the web. That Black Widow submission, but Alexia Diamond, elbow across the chest. And have Celestia now rolling outside of the ring. Where the hell did that kendo stick come from? Damn, Diamond. What a punch upside the head of our Moonchild. Hook to the jaw. Whatever Diamond might have been thinking about there, though. Celestia, obviously. Good instincts, knew it was coming. Gutbuster. Celestia with the upper hand. Sends Alexia Diamond right back into the ring. The ribs hurting for certain. Way up top goes the Moonchild. Moonsault! Diamond tried her best to get out of the way, but still got caught. 1, 2. Hell of a matchup here. Ruby Rattel and Ellie Quinn have been ejected by the referee. Celestia, Fisherman suplex. Smack in the middle of the ring. Where are they going now? Back to the top rope. Feeling especially froggy this evening. Double boot stomp. Right to that gut. Those ribs are already hurting after that gutbuster at ringside a few minutes ago. And this is vintage Celestia right here. Goomba stomp. No, that's your Diamond. Sensed that it was coming, and now a submission of her own. What a modified ring to Saturn some sort. I'm not entirely sure what to call that. Whatever it was, though, Celestia able to escape it. Oh no, another gutbuster. And those ribs with Alexia Diamond at this point might be looking like a fine powder. The way Celestia is hammering on him. That has definitely become the primary target here for Celestia. Celestia, former Queen of the Hill match winner, Women's World Champion, Rising Star Champion, Television Champion, has technically never been a Women's Tag Team Champion, though. They did defend them, filling in for Sarah Miller a couple of times. I'm sure they would love to add that to their resume here in CMV, and a win like this could potentially set them up for a shot. Missed that drop kick off the top, but makes up for it With them knees to the back. Now look at this. Kai Victory-esque. That's going to be a rope break called immediately. Good job by our referee. Celestia maybe not sure what to do at this point. It seems like they've tried almost everything at this junction to put Diamond down. Uh-oh, got a hold of that arm. Like a dog with a bone. Stomping on the shoulder. Maybe looking to tie Alexia Diamond up in that Black Widow once again. Diamond wants none of it. She's trying to get out of there. Yes, indeed. Celestia's got Alexia Diamond caught once again. And this time not letting go. But Alexia not tapping out. Celestia does indeed release the hold. Hits that Tiger suplex. Alexia, you're trying to take it like a thief of the night. Cheeky roll-up gets just a 1 count. Off the ropes goes Diamond out. He's going to hit her drop kick. Picture perfectly. Staring Celestia in the eyes. We're dragging them up against the ropes. Irish whip coming back on the rebound. Wild head kick thrown out there. Oh, drops down. What's going on right now? Caught with that back elbow. Alexia Diamond. With that inverted Tanahashi clothesline. Celestia's out. They're on another planet right now. And Diamond with that LaBelle lock, which won the Uncut Gems. The Women's Tag Team Championship Ascendance 13, Celestia escapes. These two doing anything they can to tap one another out. There's that boot again! One last shot from Celestia. Isn't enough. No! What? Huh? Diamond, out of what's got to be pure instinct alone. Up against the ropes, but Celestia, third time, has caught her in the web. And this time, Diamond has to... What? Wait a minute, what? What the hell? Well, I'm not blind. I'm not blind, am I? Alexia Diamond tapped. I saw it, I heard it. She tapped. What the hell is going on? The ref clearly saw it. The ref saw it as clear as day. What the fuck? Why is the... Where's the bell? Why is this match not over? What bullshit is this? And now Alexia Diamond takes control. This ref has got to be in the pocket of the gems. There's no other explanation. I saw it, these fans saw it, the ref saw it. A clear tap out. As clear as the day is long, brother. And now look at Diamond having her way with Celestia, who's understandable, caught off guard. Celestia thought this match was over, released the hold. Well, that was Celestia's biggest mistake. Shouldn't have released the hold until they heard the bell. Celestia felt the tap and let go. But the referee did not call for the bell. And now Alexia Diamond throwing Celestia ribs first right into the side of the steel steps. This is some real Dmitry Nurmagomedov shit right here. Celestia in their mind has got to be wondering what the hell this is all about, but if the match is going to continue, Celestia's got to do what they can to mount their comeback, exactly what they're doing right now. Maybe go for the pin this time, Celestia. There's nothing the ref can do about that. Has to count the pin. And there's the moon stomp. You better count it, ref. 1, 2, 3. This time the bell rings. And Celestia does pick up the win. Maybe it was a genuine mistake. Maybe the referee really did somehow misconstrue what happened there. Or maybe not. I don't know. I think this referee definitely has to be investigated. A very mysterious $5,000 appearing in her bank account last night. Well, there's nothing you can do about a pin, though. You got to count that. There's no confusing a pinfall. And Celestia technically wins this match twice. So yeah, technically 2 wins for Celestia here tonight. Tapped out Alexia Diamond and then pinned her. Look at right here, look at, we got a replay of it. Look at this. A clear tap. The referee sees it, but doesn't call for the bell. And then Diamond almost fucking won. But here, Alexia Diamond caught flush, getting back into the ring. And a definite victory for the Moonchild. This was a wild match overall. First we got Ruby Raquel and Ellie Quinn getting ejected, then that BS. Man, oh man, but a win in the end for Celestia, and a big one at that. And now we go, my friends, into our tertiary main event here on Octane number 139. And another debut. Nomi Matsumoto arrives here on Octane. Of course, she made her first appearance at Ascendance 13, one of the many shocking debuts in the women's gauntlet eliminator match. Even made it all the way to the final 4 or 5 before eventually, obviously, her good friend Madison Reyes ended up winning the whole dang thing. And we saw Reyes just last night, of course, have her Shockwave debut with a victory against Stevie Gabriel, but, well, didn't have a chance to celebrate that win, as both Taylor Wagner and Amelia Jones immediately hit the ring, and the Killjoy Club with a 3-on-1 beatdown. Naomi looking to get perhaps a little sliver of payback on behalf of her close friend Reyes here, as she takes out Amelia Jones. We've just been seeing across the board, man, last night, tonight, all of these newcomers, men and women alike, being assaulted by veterans of the roster. They're very clearly not happy with them being here. Crimson laid out Diamanta and Mike Magnum Maxwell. Again, we saw Killjoy Club beat the hell out of Madison Reyes. Just earlier tonight, we had Hunter Quinn attacking Gus Novell. Now it might be Nomi's turn. Amelia Jones, representing the Killjoy Club, hoping to get themselves on the right track here post-Ascendance 13. Even with Stevie Gabriel's loss last night, with the Killjoy Club having the last laugh, the one standing tall. So here we go, Amelia Jones, Nomi Matsumoto, one-on-one. Can you guys see what's happening? Hang on a second, check. Is the stream still up? Can you guys hear me? Hello? You can still hear me? Okay, what's going on? What the hell? Okay, that's weird. Having a little bit of technical difficulties here. It's telling me I'm not recording. And also my AC just shut off. I don't know what's happening. I might be about to lose power or something here. If I'm still good though, I suppose I'm still good. For now, as this matchup gets underway, Amelia Jones and Nomi Matsumoto in our tertiary main event. Still to come up next, guys, the Intercontinental Championship is on the line. Fidel De La Rosa going to defend against Lorenzo Alexander. And in our main event, it's Tops Newsome and Chris Diamond meeting one-on-one. First time ever. And Matsumoto not just out here looking to avenge Madison Reyes, but hoping for a victorious Octane debut. Might be tiny, but packs a hell of a punch. This Nomi there. We call that a soup bone, brother. We call that right now Slobberknocker. And what a German suplex to follow it up. I compared Nomi to Ashley Rain when we saw her enter the Women's Gauntlet, a limited match in Ascendance 13. A lot of similarities between the two. A small package that one might take a look at and not expect such a powerhouse, but indeed Matsumoto, well known for her strength. You've already seen it exhibited in this matchup a couple of times here. Ooh, kick to the shin. No bigger dick move than just kicking someone in the shin. There's nothing technical about it, nothing pretty about it. Just a nice stiff kick. Right to the shin. The dickhead move is what we call that. Amelia Jones certainly doesn't give a damn. That's from Brett Rope. She's going to take the dive. Did not get all of that. Whatever she was even attempting there. But Matsumoto still getting clipped back to her feet. Nomi Matsumoto might even be the smallest competitor we have in this CMV Women's Division now, in terms of heights. And that's not going to stop her. Certainly didn't stop her on Ascendance 13. What did Nomi end up getting? I think 2 or maybe even 3 eliminations in that Women's Gauntlet eliminator. Amelia Jones had a good couple herself. Ooh, snake. Oh, man. That caught Amelia Jones real bad. Busted open off that. And now Nomi going to try for the pin. Kick out, not even count of 1. Amelia Jones brought to her feet. Matsumoto with a Uranagi transitions right into an Anaconda Vice, which is a submission that'll put you to sleep quickly. Amelia Jones knows she's got to get out of that as fast as she can, and does. Hits a nasty X-Plex for the W, and a kick out by Nomi. This one I thought this women's division couldn't get any bigger, couldn't get any better. Uh-oh! Nomi has caught Amelia Jones with that Dragon Sleeper. That's what she used to tap out those good couple of people that have said this 13, but it's not going to tap out Amelia Jones. Going to fire right back. with the upside down right on the CMV logo. Kick out at 1. Referee was a little bit slow there, but even still. Only a 1 count off the upside down. I was saying, just when I was starting to think to myself, our women's division couldn't get any better. We get Nomi Matsumoto, we get Madison Reyes debuting in Ascendance 13. Big drop kick from the top all the way down to the outside. That's a quite big risk to take so late in this matchup. Lucky for Amelia Jones, it did pay off. I'm just looking at that cut though on the side of her head. Looks like it's... Can't really tell if it's her left eye necessarily or just next to her left eye there, but either way, might end up obstructing her vision if the blood gets into her eye. Matsumoto with that double bounce of moonsault and feeling herself here. Has a reason to. This is bad for Amelia Jones. Tiny but mighty. Giving Amelia Jones a shellacking right here in our tertiary main event. And she might have survived it once. Can Amelia Jones survive it again? Nomi Matsumoto's got that dragon sleeper again applied, but Amelia Jones with some ease to the face. Whoa, whoa! Amelia Jones is like, what just happened? Give me a minute here to catch my breath, but Nomi having none of it. Catching him with that kick to the jaw. Right back into the ring we go. Or maybe not. Throwing Amelia Jones down onto the floor. And a knee right between the eyes. Certainly not going to make things any better right here for Amelia Jones. Just getting thrown all over the place by Nomi. This is Nomi's first night here on Octane, and she wants to get a tour of the ringside area. Now back into the ring. Just before the count of 7. Nomi going up top. Spiral tap. Amelia Jones dead to rights right here, I got to imagine. 1, 2. Amelia Jones is not making things easy for Nomi here in her Octane debut. Red combo kick, scorpion kick. That's a rare one. You never see a scorpion kick. That's because it's an incredibly hard move to pull off. You got to be hella agile, and Amelia Jones most certainly is using them educated feet to light up Nomi Matsumoto here. Like a Yasna on Christmas tree. But Matsumoto gonna catch her again. That anaconda vice, but a rope break. I don't necessarily know about that call. Her feet were near the rope, but the rest decision stands. Oh, might not matter. Matsumoto looking to lock in the Dragon Sleeper a third, and what would have to be final time. But Amelia Jones able to avoid it like it's the Black Plague itself. My arm, my leg, looks like Nomi's going to make sure there's no rope break again. Good idea, but Amelia Jones, oh, there it is! Dragon Sleeper a third time, and Amelia Jones has got a tap. No choice. Nomi Matsumoto with a go. What? Where the hell? T-Wags! Look at the size difference! My God! Taylor Wagner choke slam to Nomi Matsumoto, and just like we saw with Madison Reyes last night, the Killjoy Club again getting the last laugh. That was David and Goliath right there. That size difference was unreal. And Matsumoto only a couple of seconds to celebrate this debut victory before T-Wags comes to rain on the parade. To our co-main event we go, my fine feathered friends, here on Octane number 139. The Intercontinental Championship is up for grabs. What the hell? Ben Stacy in a referee's uniform? What the hell's going on here? Oh, this is supposed to be Lorenzo Alexander and Fidel de la Rosa for the Intercontinental Championship here in our code of evidence. Well, it looks like we've got ourselves a special guest referee. I didn't know about this. And that's kind of concerning considering I'm the general manager of Octane, but I did not sign off on this. Where is the referee that's supposed to be in charge of this matchup? There's nothing that can be done now. I got to get someone to find. Hey, let's figure out what happened to that ref. Stacy taking it upon himself, though, to don the referee's shirt. I don't buy how he's going to call this one down the middle. Fidel de la Rosa got to be thrown for a loop here as well. Back on Octane and bringing the Intercontinental Championship with him. Again, the trades between Shockwave and Octane post Ascendance 13 taking effect. We saw Ahmed, of course, on Shockwave now with his Anarchy Championship. De la Rosa now an Octane superstar. A successful defense of the Intercontinental Championship, of course, at Ascendance 13 against Crimson. Looking to do it again against Lorenzo Alexander, but with this surprise addition of Ben Stacy as our ref, this kind of throws everything out the window. And especially for Lorenzo Alexander. Well, I still got no word on what happened to our official who was meant to call this matchup, but for Lorenzo Alexander, guys, big opportunity of his CMV career thus far. Gonna be soiled by Ben Stacy. Stacy and Alexander have been at each other's throats now for months. And at Ascendance 13, day 3, we saw these two men, Stacy, Alexander, have what turned out to be a hell of a matchup, which Alexander won. And I cannot see Stacy calling this one clean down the middle. I really did think there for a moment that the show had died. Like I said, I'm having some weird technical difficulties here. When them lights went out, Taylor Way must have been Stevie Gabriel in the truck, though. Setting that trap for Nomi Matsumoto, but as here we go, it's our co-main event. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line, and Ben Stacy is our special guest referee. I don't even know where the hell he got those refs clothes. They look pretty big on him, I'll say. Out of the corner with a big cutter and a moonsault to follow up. Nothing we can do about it now. This matchup is on. Rope break. Rope break? What? That was nowhere near the ropes. I'm sorry. That was almost in the middle of the ring. What the hell is man talking about a rope break? Well, Stacy's making it clear already. That was a good rope break. That was a fair call. Well, back to the card of a tie-up now. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line, lads. Are we going to get a clean break here in the corner? Yes, we will. Alexander trying to come out of the corner. Almost caught Ben Stacy with that. And a double axe handle. Alexander looking for his first taste of championship gold. Here in CMV, debuted only a few months ago. How impressed have we all, I think I can speak safely for all of us in the CMV universe, with this young man ever since. Defeated Bob Luger in his debut, has hung with the best of the best, the likes of the Bloody Pit Chris Andrews, and fresh off of that Ascendance 13 victory against our referee here, Ben Stacy, was hoping to utilize that momentum on his side to leave here tonight with the Intercontinental Championship, but I don't know if that's very likely. Stacy already exhibiting in this matchup that he's not going to necessarily call it down the middle. Maybe he was a little cross-eyed there. Maybe he really did think that was a rope break. Now, they're going to be a bit lenient with him. This is his first ever time playing the role of official. Still no word on where our actual referee for this matchup is. Maybe he went and got drunk with Chris Andrews. I don't know. Maybe the Uncut Gems paid him off too for some reason. Whatever the reason. Back into the ring. Lorenzo is sent to the hands of De La Rosa. Champion's advantage in effect for this matchup. Alexander going to have to pin or submit De La Rosa in the ring to lead here tonight with the Intercontinental Championship. Can't do it by count out or disqualification. Up to the top he goes after that scoop slam. Corkscrew shooting star press. Hello? Ben, what are you doing? Checking his fingernails. Alexander could have had it won there. And Ben Stacy just completely ignores the pin attempt. What kind of jack shit is that? He's thinking about a potential pedicure. Alexander's out here trying to win championship gold, brother. Get your head in the game, Ben. Alexander gonna stay on the attack now. Ooh, straight jacket neck breaker. Take a step back, line up his shot. Drop kick. Ben's, whoa! Bill, what's he doing? Ben! What the hell is he doing? Ben Stacy just attacked Lorenzo! And Alexander's not having it! Stun set strip! To Ben Stacy! Alexander's had enough of the bullshit! But now there's no ref! Intercontinental Championship on the line here! I can't blame Alexander! But the fact of the matter is, he just put his hands on the referee! When Ben Stacy wakes up, this one could be over! That's a clear violation. It could be a disqualification. And he calls for the bell! You gotta be kidding me! Ben Stacy has thrown this one out. De La Rosa retains by disqualification. Oh, man. Again, I can't blame Lorenzo. Stacy pushed it too far in this match, but the rules are the rules. Stacy well within his rights as the ref to call for the DQ, and he did. Hideo De La Rosa still the Intercontinental Champion, thanks to Ben Stacy. My friends, it is time for our main event. Here on Octane number 139, what has been a very weird night. A lot of issues with our officials this evening. First, we had that referee just blatantly not calling for the bell when Celestia tapped out Alexia Diamond, and what we just saw there with Ben Stacy, the special guest referee for the Intercontinental Championship match, throwing it out by disqualification. Let's hope that we get a good referee for our main event here at the very least. I'm going to have to, I think later on that I have a meeting with my referees here at Octane to figure out what the hell's going on. But until then, we've got ourselves a blockbuster main event. Tops Newsome making his first appearance on weekly CMV programming for the first time in over 6 years, as he gets ready to go one-on-one, first time ever, against Chris Diamond. And both these men victorious at Ascendance 13. Day one, Chris Diamond vindicated with his win against Bob Luger, and obviously day two, one of the bigger returns of the entire weekend. Tops Newsome entering the men's gauntlet eliminator and winning the whole gosh darn thing. Last eliminating Jeremy Barmore, and now has a future global championship match lined up. But the British baller, I do believe, has intentions of challenging for that global championship himself. Getting the thorn out of his side, known as Bob Luger. Diamond now free to focus on his future, and he's wasting no time making it clear that that future has the global championship in it. A former global champion in his own right is the Golden General. It's like I talked about earlier tonight, Kai Victory learning real quick what it means to be at the top of the mountain. You got Tops Newsome, #1 contender Chris Diamond gunning for you. Max Clutter now has the Rite of Passage Championship. He can cash in whatever he wants to for a shot at Victory's Global Championship. And I'm sure that Victory is going to be keeping an eye on this main event here. A very close eye indeed. Two of the all-time greats meeting for the first time ever here in our main event. Tops Newsome, Chris Diamond. Obviously, Newsome spent the vast majority of his career as a member of the Unmatched roster. Former Unmatched world champion, but he did have a stint on this side of CMV when Unmatched ended. Oh, cheap shot there by Tops. It wasn't very long-lived, but a good few months. Tops Newsome even challenged for the Alpha World Championship on a number of occasions. Long time away. He did also appear in UIW as UIW World Champion before they closed for the 976th time. But now he's back in CMV 6 years away, and he has not wasted any time positioning himself amongst the upper echelon once again. There's Hangman's DDT here for the Puppet Master and classic Diamond. No time at all getting busted open. As Newsome has to drink in this moment. Even hard to believe himself that he's here right now. Ooh. Got him in the throat with that punch out of the side headlock, yeah. And now it looks to keep things at a nice and slow pace. Tops Newsome's certainly not the one to rush. Not the high flyer, not the acrobatic. Tops Newsome really old school in a lot of ways. Chris Diamond, now, of course, a Hall of Famer. Looking to prove that he deserves to be up for a global championship match. Knocking off the #1 contender is a good way to do it. What? Just got kicked up times 100 in an instant. 450 splash. From the top to the outside. And Newsome really ate that one, but trying to fight right back. Neither, but damn. Is this a wrestling match or one of those slap competitions? These guys are smacking each other. Knife edge chop. Response in time. Look at this. The Puppet Master mocking them. Oh, psyched him out. Clever by the veteran Newsome. Cheeky. Uh-oh, now he's got Diamond caught in a Cobra clutch. And the British baller goes out of it quick. Scoops him up. Tombstone chops down into a DDT. By arm, by leg. Gonna get Diamond out of the corner, away from those ropes. Oh, there's the claw! The Puppet Master pulling on the strings. That claw squeezing the head of Diamond. But the Golden General Manages to get himself out of it. Quickly out of the corner, he goes for a forearm. Look at that blood trickling down his forehead. That claw most certainly did not help. Woo! Diamond! Take it to the air, nailing that gorgeous cutter, but a 2 count is all it produces. Maybe it's time to make a donation to the Break Your Neck Foundation, but Tops Newsome not in a donating mood. As he instead ties Diamond all up, hammerlock. DDT forcing Diamond into the corner as he hopes to get himself up using the ropes. Veteran instincts. Oh no, Tops gonna bounce his head like a basketball off that top turnbuckle. Was that a good 5-6 times? Oh, but gets a taste of it himself. Irish whip into the corner. Break Your Neck Foundation hits it. Tops Newsome down for the count. One count. One count. Tops Newsome said, fuck you. Oh, the ref! Chris Diamond with that DDT, but it accidentally took out the ref as well. And now we're without an official. Stacy, stay in the back. We don't need you. The ref will be okay, I think. But momentarily, this one going to spill to the outside. No countouts. But the referee incapacitated. Back into the ring, though. Diamond going to take this fight between two former world champions. Goes to the corner. Another super kick. Tops Newsome just eating them. Refs back up. Diamond for the pin. Ah, groggy though. Is our official a slow count? He didn't even get to 1. Diamond drops a knee to the back of Tops' head. Big kick. Up to the top. Not a frequent flyer. British Ball, they're going to take the risk. Clothesline. And Newsome gets himself into the corner. That might be right where Diamond wants him, though. Newsome back to life in an instant. Back and forth here between these two. Counter for counter. Topper, it's 1999, brother. Now where to the ropes? Newsome. What the hell is he cooking up? Looking for a bitch smack. To Brett's rope. Goes the Puppet Master. Cam Harris special into the pin. 1, 2. No 3 count for Newsome. His first match on weekly CMV programming in over 6 years. And he's hanging with the best of the best. Time to go to sleep. No! I'm not tired yet. No strings attached. That's real old school. Tops Newsome right there. Oh my word, he is just giving Diamond all he can handle. Crucifix, powerbomb. The golden general though. Gets himself back to his feet, springboard moonsault, Diamond. Going up top. Waiting for Tops to get to his feet. What does the British Baller have planned here? DDT! That's how Max Cutter won the Rite of Passage Championship. Defeated Damian Joyce with that at the top of the show. Diamond does not go for the pin, though. That might have been a mistake. Could have had it one right there. Now Tops has him in the corner. Oh, not again! Tops again! Looking to bash his face in. Diamond only getting it a couple of times there. Break Your Neck Foundation again. Tops. Another. Shusher. But I guess that's not enough. Maybe a third. What the hell's he doing? Newsome could have had it one. Wait a minute. By God! What a clothesline. He took his damn head off, brother. 1, 2. Otherworldly kick out. Chris Diamond has no idea what planet he's on right now, though. You can see the look in his eyes, blood all over his face. Tops, he wants more blood. Diamond unwilling to give it to him, though. The head of Diamond's got to be throbbing something fierce right now, though. Off the ropes, he sends him, can't catch him. The blood's got to be obstructing his vision. Spinning soul kick, another super kick. Is Tops bleeding too? Can't really tell. He's got himself in the corner again. Beautiful disaster kick. I don't know how the hell Diamond isn't dead. He's going to spin Tops around. Sleeper hold. Middle of the ring. We're nowhere near the ropes. Tops Newsome is bleeding. He's also been cut open. This is a bloody main event. Hell of a main event. What a match. Diamond still fighting. Gonna try to come in from behind. Tops Newsome, though, knew it was coming. Nice dodge there. Another DDT. No, Tops stops it. Boom! The clothesline puts Diamond down. Full stop. Tops Newsome. Going for the shusher a third time. Breaking that foundation! Making sure there's no rope break. Diamond. 1, 2, 3, and Diamond has done it. What a match. Unbelievable. You can expect nothing less. We got two former world champions, though, duking it out in the main event. That's got to be one of the more amazing ending sequences. Tops Newsome, the ultimate finishing sequence master. That was the first shusher that he hit on Diamond in this match. Here was the second, and if he maybe went for the pin right away, the result would have been different, but instead Tops followed it up with this. I don't know how Diamond... Look at the way Diamond spins off this clothesline. And right here, a third shusher is blocked into another break the neck foundation. And you could have counted to 1,000 right there, I think. Well, Chris Diamond just pinned the #1 contender for the global championship. Kai victory. Undoubtedly has to be worried right now. Everybody's gunning for him. And the Golden General at the top of that list.